Everyone thinks the Garmin Forerunner 45 is just a basic beginner watch, but here's the thing: beginner doesn't mean bare bones. In the ways that matter for actual running, it's shockingly disciplined. After 4 weeks, 120 km, side by side with a chest strap and 2 other watches, I found it nails pacing consistency better than flashier, pricier gear. But it also hides a couple of deal breakers if you expect full smartwatch magic. If your title and thumbnail say things to know before you buy, this is exactly it. I pushed it through real runs, intervals, and city chaos, and what I discovered might change your shopping list. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already leaning toward the Forerunner 45 and want the best current price, I dropped my affiliate link below. But stick around because there are a few surprises that could save you from buyer's remorse. Why did I even pick this up? I was training for a 10K PR and sick of juggling a phone in an armband that bounced like a metronome. I'd tried cheaper trackers that promised GPS but delivered zigzags and heart rate spikes every time I sprinted. I needed clean pacing, reliable splits, and something light enough to forget on my wrist. I'm also out early before sunrise and wanted safety features without paying premium prices for extras I wouldn't use. Skeptical? Absolutely. Budget Garmin can be code for just enough to tempt you, not enough to train you. I expected compromises, I just wanted to know if they'd ruin my training plan. That's the emotional bet. Either this keeps me honest and steady to race day, or it becomes another drawer gadget. Testing started simple. Get a lock and go. Outdoors, GPS lock took 8 to 15 seconds in my area using GPS with GLONASS. On a 400m track, 8 laps came in within about 1% of measured distance, with lap-to-lap pace holding steady rather than swinging wildly. But then I took it downtown between tall buildings where GPS watches go to die. The Forerunner 45 drifted a bit on corners like everything does, yet it smoothed pace better than I expected, keeping my easy pace within about 10 seconds per km of chest strap calibrated effort. Is it multiband magic? No, but it was consistent enough that I trusted it by the second run. Next up, heart rate, steady state, solid. The wrist sensor stayed within 2-3 BPM of my Polar H10 chest strap on easy and tempo runs. But then I hit 400m repeats. Like most wrist sensors, it lagged. Peak HR was underreported by about 5-8 BPM and took roughly 10 seconds to catch surges. If you live for short interval precision, you'll notice. For longer threshold or tempo work, it's good enough. I toggled the strap on big workouts and used the watch alone for everything else. Battery and comfort were make or break. The watch is light at around mid-30 grams, and the 5-button layout is gloriously no-nonsense. The transflective display, that's the quiet advantage. In sunlight, it's easier to read than AMOLED bling. 155-minute GPS run ate roughly 7% battery for me, and with 4 runs, daily notifications, and sleep tracking, I hit about a week between charges. But then I ran at night. The backlight is fine, not bright, and I found myself bumping the brightness in settings. Still, I never worried about it dying mid-run, and a quick top-up before a race took roughly an hour-ish from low. Smart features. Garmin Coach is the sleeper hit here. I loaded a 10K plan and the adaptive workouts were specific and simple. Warm-ups, target pace ranges, recoveries. The watch nudged me, not nagged me. Incident detection and assistance also worked when paired to my phone. I tested it with a mock stumble and slow roll to trigger the accelerometer, and it pinged my emergency contact after a confirmation countdown. Notifications were fine, music controls worked with my phone, but remember, there's no onboard music, no NFC payments, and no App Store rabbit hole. And yes, 5 ATM water resistance, but no pool swim tracking. Treadmill runs were decent after one calibration run. No barometric altimeter means elevation and floors aren't this watch's thing, and there's no route navigation either. But here's where it gets interesting. The lack of fluff actually kept me focused on the run, not the watch. The most surprising discovery, the Forerunner 45's pacing stability plus Garmin Coach made me more consistent than watches 3 times the price. Put bluntly, it made my workouts boring in the best way. Over 21 runs, my splits tightened, my VO2 max estimate ticked up in Garmin Connect, and my 5K time dropped by 48 seconds in 3 weeks. That wasn't because of advanced metrics. It was because the core tools worked every time with no fiddling. The more I used it, the more it felt purpose-built for runners who want the basics done right. I also compared it to alternatives. Against a general-purpose smartwatch, the Forerunner 45 wins for sunlight visibility, battery and GPS mode, and sheer training focus. Against something like a Coros Pace 2, that watch has better battery and more training metrics, but it costs more and can be overkill for a first serious watch. Versus newer Garmin models, the Forerunner 55 adds features like suggested workouts and longer battery. If you find a small price gap to the 55, it's worth considering. But at typical sale prices, the 45 delivers roughly 80–85% of what most road runners actually need. Now that you know the big finding, that the Forerunner 45 gets the core running stuff consistently right, you'll want to grab it while it's discounted. Prices swing a lot, so check the link in the description for the best current deal and color availability before it spikes again. Bottom line, if you're a new runner, a returning runner, or someone training on roads up to a half marathon, the Forerunner 45 is a smart, focused pick. If you need pool swim tracking, route navigation, and altimeter for trail vert, or onboard music and payments, skip it and look higher in the range. Everyone else, this little watch does the big things right without distractions. Strap it on, press start, and let your legs do the talking.